Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to 21st in Prime. Here we go again. I see a couple guys have changed their backdrops. They have changed their views. Somebody is in Florida, obviously, by the pool and the cage. And the other guy is probably in New York, New Jersey, Philly, somewhere. And I'm at work, okay? That's how y'all, yeah. That's how y'all do.
This is my home office, Coach. This is my home
I
office.
see. Jamie Dukes, my man, Rone, sponsored by Heineken 0-0. If y'all ready to get it?
Yes, sir. Heineken 0-0. Every day, every weekend, you need it. 0 calories or 69 calories, 0% alcohol. A couple calories, it'll get you right with your burger. That's all you need. Heineken 0-0. It will make your weekend. It will make your summer. It will make your poolside experience better.
Guys, let's jump right into it. I'm really upset about these basketball playoffs. I'm upset with people. See, I'm ready to say the kind of stuff that nobody else would say and go to places that nobody else would go. Now, in regards to the Nets, I got love for James Harden, man, but it always happens, dog. Like, it always happens. I'm sick of the regular season James Harden, and I get to the postseason. Well, he was hurt. Cool. Don't play. Because right now, KD has a restraining order on all his teammates and coaching staff. He has a non-support legal document being drafted right now. Not child support, grown folks support. No support whatsoever for KD. I'm sick of it. But with the Harden situation, man, I love James Harden, but as a dog and a player that's that guy, he can't come in the room. He can't come in the room when the dogs are talking about the moment. He can't come in the room.
What is it about his play do you think that's coming to this? Because pure basketball, he's so talented. He's so gifted offensively, athletically, the things he does with the ball in his hand. We've seen it. Is it just the injury or is there something else going on there?
You mean doing the regular season or doing postseason? Because
postseason. I'm talking postseason.
I ain't seen it postseason. I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
I ain't seen it.
Why does that happen to people, though? Why is it?
Warren Sapp told me something one time, and he said, they found this out, and people is happening to you prime too. But he said, once you'll find out, and Ray Lewis too, there are riders, there are people who are driving the car, and there are people who are just sitting in the driver's seat. And in the moment, you find out who the real drivers are. In other words, will they show up every single time? If there was ever any question about Tom Brady, not that there could have been, but if there was ever, that much right there, when he went down to Tampa and took that Bentley down, that rolls down to Tampa, and he got the two-piece too. He got the big boy and he got the truck. He drove that thing there to show that he was the moment. And that's what I think is at play here.
But I don't want to blame James Harden as much as everybody is blaming James Harden because I think it's a problem of how the Nets built their team. A team needs a James Harden, a Kevin Durant, or a Kyrie Irving. But there's only one basketball at the end of the day.
The team that beat him didn't need that. The team that beat them didn't need all that. The team that beat them had what?
Giannis. They had one guy.
No, and another guy that wasn't at that particular level. What boy was he getting buckets?
He was getting buckets in a crazy way. But my point is that you need to have a balanced roster. You need to have your alpha, but you also need players around him who are going to supplement.
Alpha. See, that's the problem. Some of these guys act like they the alpha in the regular season, act like they the alpha doing that throughout the career, but when it's time and it's that moment and it's that pinnacle. You can't reach it. And it's consistent. And I'm mad. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I coined the phrase in our last show or maybe 2 shows ago, alpha-ish. Those guys have proven consistently, without question, they are 100% alpha-ish. But they still didn't get the job done. I mean, at the end of the day, there was still something that was missing that didn't allow them to do it. KD puts up 45. Come on.
Let's give Harden credit for playing through the injury. But if you're going to play through the injury, I need you to play through the injury. I don't need you to play through the injury. I need you to play through the injury. Because if not, what you're doing out there? What you're doing, when it got to a point, all you're there to do is to bring the ball to get to KD. We can find somebody else cheaper to do that. Much cheaper.
Someone who's more effective defensively. You need someone who can play defense. You need someone
he did a pretty good job on defense, but some of the passes, at the wrong time, at the wrong moments, man, the turnovers, it just said, man, are you ever, and I'm asking myself, dude, are you ever going to get over the hump? Like, are you ever going to get over the hump? They brought in several players to help you, Chris Paul to help you get over the hump, or Russell Westbrook to help you get over the hump. Now you got 2 more guys to help you get over the hump, and you still can't get over the hump.
Shift it, Coach. Did Giannis get over the hump with you?
No.
Okay, I just asked.
See, this is my problem with basketball, man. Don't sell me on Giannis versus this or KD versus that. Hey, man, guard him. He right there, dog. He right there. Okay, you the defensive player of the year, right? Okay, he got 40. He right there. Go get him. Go shut it down. That's what I want to see. So that's the difference of yesterday's guys and today's guys. So you think MJ was gonna just let that ride?
No.
Or was MJ gonna say, "I got that"?
Magic wasn't doing that either. Magic wasn't doing that. And Magic
wasn't built like that, though.
No. But he would have boxed him. And if that went off, I promise you, Magic would have done something. And he'd have ran defenses and traps at him because Magic was too smart. He would not have settled for that.
Isaiah would have said, "Hey, man, I got that."
But wait a second. So let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Last show, we were talking about how hard of a time we've been giving Chris Paul. And Chris Paul is later on.
No, we're talking about Jamie has been giving Chris Paul a hard time. Jamie has been. I love him. A hard
time. I said he went to purgatory, and he proved me wrong.
But
Players
Coach,
have done that before. Now, hang on, Prime. Let's be clear on that. I have never said nothing but the best for Chris Paul. Let's make sure that's clear.
I got to check. I got to check the facts.
Don't check that out, CP. I said he went to purgatory out there in Phoenix. And he proved me wrong and others
That is
wrong.
true. That's true.
All I said. Because you can't miss. I'm a point guard. I'm a CP3 guy. I ain't got no ring either. So I'm rooting for the dude.
But Coach, how is what Jamie said about Chris Paul different than what you're saying about James Harden now?
What you mean?
So Jamie was critical about Chris Paul. Chris Paul can never get over the top. Anytime it's in the playoffs, he can't make it. He's going from place to place, and he hasn't been able to be successful. But it took him longer later in his career to find the right situation, to find younger guys where he could kind of partner up with. That's why the only reason I'm saying we can't just give up on James Harden and say this is his legacy. Because for some people, the legacy takes more to grow.
But that is his legacy. That's the problem. And until you have to change your legacy. You can't. I tell my son all the time. You can't talk this thing through. You got to play. Everybody has to play, and we can't now quarterback it on the back and say, this is not over for him. Year 12. I know it's his 12th season, but it's not over for him. He did it every year. Even start when he was in OKC. I know that happened back then.
Rone, what I'm saying is. Okay, give me a couple dogs in football. Who are some dogs in football?
Just quarterbacks, like
anybody.
Mahomes, I think, is a dog.
Mahomes, a dog. Who else? Just any name. It don't matter.
Aaron Donald.
Okay, Mahomes, Aaron Donald. They're in the room. Give me a couple dogs in baseball, like a couple dogs. Just
Mike Trout,
Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Stanton,
Carlos Stanton. Couple dogs in basketball. Let's say KD. Let's say Westbrook.
Right Westbrook. Okay.
Westbrook is a dog to me.
Yes. No question.
Okay. All these dudes are in a room, and Harden walks up. What do they say? What do they say? That's all I'm asking. I love James Harden. I really do. I'm just asking you, what do they say? And this is the new school. Now, if I go to the old school, I know what they say. No, dog, you said it already. You can't come in this room, dog. No. You got to stay out there. You can't come in here, dog. I'm just saying, what do they say? What does he have to do for the acceptance into that club that, hey, man, that dude right there, wow, he's one of us.
Do you think
what does he have to do?
Because you put Russ in that conversation, and Russ doesn't have a championship. So is it about a championship?
It ain't about championships. It ain't about championships. It's about the way you play the game.
And you don't think that him playing through an injury is like, that's kind of, I mean, if you're nutting up, I mean, I guess you want him to be, you said you want him to play. If he's going to play, you want him to actually play.
If you're going to play, I want you. I want you. Now, I love that you played and you went through all the turmoil and the pain and suffering and the heartache for your team. I love that. I admire it. I respect it. But I want you. When KD is being quadruple, double, triple team, I want when he kicks it, you gonna be there. I don't want him to kick it to a shell of you, to a suggestion of you, to someone that looks like you, acts like you, talks like you, but baby, it ain't you. I need you.
Maybe that's what the beard is. It's just a disguise that he's wearing. It's just a different guy every time that goes out there wearing the beard disguise. Because
if KD would have had a little help, just a little bit, they still be playing.
Yeah. That was the cool thing about it, though. The thing that bothered me the most, though, is because people show you who they are sometimes. And Coach, sometimes we just have to let people be who they are. And that was horrible what you did, first of all. I just want you to that was horrible.
What'd I do?
That whole analogy of all those people in the room and then what you do when he walk in.
What you do? I'm asking y'all the question. I'm asking y'all. I want y'all to reach down in your chest and tell me, what would you do? What would you say? What was that conversation like? What is it?
Yeah, I think that if I'm at the table, you don't want more people at the table. You want to be as exclusive as possible if you're at the table. But if I'm James Harden, I'm saying to Russ, you don't have one either. But you're telling me it's not about the championship. It's about how you play. But I think that there's enough gray area that he probably thinks he plays with that dog mentality.
I'm not talking about what he thinks. I'm talking about what you think, what the people in that room think.
But you know what they think.
No, I don't. I'm asking you. What do they think?
No. Oh, you want me to tell you what they think?
Well, what do they think?
Is that, say you going to hell, Jamie?
I ain't talking about a fan. I'm not talking about a regular fan. I'm talking about a straight up man. What does he think?
Go to hell. Go ahead.
You know that's where we head.
So here's what they say. Boy, he done made all of this money, all of these endorsements, all of this foolishness, and he hasn't shown up one time when it mattered. That's in his DNA. So the question becomes, who let him in?
You know what? Put an exclamation mark. Go to the next subject. That you know what, man? Somebody give that man a raise.
Who let him in? That's a great question. I got this next subject for you, though, because we're talking about someone being a dog right now. We're talking about dogs, but there's different types of dogs. Like there's a dog who will go and get it, but there's also the dog who there's a dog on the field and there's a dog off the field, and there's someone that we work with, Coach, someone that you work with, someone that we work with here at Barstool that's been being a little bit of a dog recently. And I'm talking about our friend, your friend, Mr. Dana Beers. Your good
Dana
buddy, Dana.
is a Rottweiler. I mean, I don't even know what's going on right now. It's past the dog stage.
It's past the dog stage because dogs don't usually give themselves nicknames. Maybe Rottweilers do, and he's calling himself the BJ King, if you know what I mean. I don't mean Don King. I mean he's calling himself the BJ King.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
To be honest, he's calling himself the king of blowjobs.
Okay. Hold on. Like, you got to explain that because you lost me, because men don't say that.
I'm saying that that's what he said, and it would be incredible if he was maybe somewhere on the line, or if we could maybe like talk to him and let him clarify it himself, because we got that.
I'm here, baby.
Hey, man. First of all, I miss you. I love you. The office ain't the same without you, but I've seen you've grown. You've gone on to bigger and better, more gracious, more profitable things, and you have a following. I killed Sam all weekend and told him you would never come back. You've left. He's alone now. He's abandoned. He's lonely. I don't think he even wore his bands this past weekend because he misses you so much.
I miss that. He's a good man, first of all.
He's
I miss you.
Man.
I miss you a lot, man. Coach. I don't want you to start thinking that I'm just this new guy. Listen, I've always been the same. This is who I am. You know, in my back pocket, I'm always a producer first. I'm a cameraman first. I'm an editor first. So you know I'm coming back. Whenever you need me, I'm there. Don't worry about that.
I don't know about that because Sam showed me about 3 pictures, and he said, "Who is this guy, Coach?" And it was like 3. It was the pictures when you first came to Jackson, and then it was a picture now. He said, "Coach, who is this guy?" I was like, "Well, it looks like Dana to me."
We had a good streak for a while where I was a holy man. I wasn't swearing. I was praying every night.
Yeah,
I was eating clean. I was eating clean,
slimming down, trim, Jamie. I mean, a woman magnet. He would go into bars and they were like, "Dana Beer," and like it was. Now it's a following. It's a pack around him, dog. He needs security now, guys.
It's a hive.
He does.
It's the Dana Beehive.
So Dana, help me out here now. So I understand you're the king now.
All right, that is
like is there a rating system, first of all? Are there types of go ahead. I'm just trying to get understanding.
All right. Something that I need to learn from Coach Prime is phrasing. Okay. I phrased it poorly. It was supposed to go the other way. It was supposed to be the king of getting that specific thing. I didn't say that.
Thank you.
So now it sticks with me. But I was getting cocky. I was trying to be funny, and now I don't know. I hope that one just goes away in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. I was wondering where Rone just came like that. That hurt me. I was like, "What happened to my guy?"
You know who it was? It was a Big Cat thing. When I get in the room with Big Cat, I don't know. I just black out. I don't know what I said.
Big Cat has that effect on people.
I know.
100%.
But Dana's my guy too, though. I love Dana too. And so I was like, Dana needs to be able to set the record straight. I don't know what kind of life you lived. You were on the road, so you must have been having a ton of fun. I'm sure you were having a bunch of fun as a young man is supposed to do. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to be doing out in the world, sowing your wild oats, having fun, exploring your manliness. How was your time? Explain to us how you came to that title if you had phrased it differently.
All right. So I was on the road for about 10 days, and Coach Prime, I know you're a holy man. I don't want to get too into details, but I did well for myself. Okay,
I'm pretty sure
I did well with the ladies. It was a good 10 days, and so I was on top of the world. I was feeling good.
Literally on top. Literally. Literally.
See, that's the stuff I miss. I miss coming. You're so quick. I don't know how you're so quick.
Yeah, literally.
But it was a fun 10 days. I'm back in the office.
So let me ask you this, sir. So in your, you had this run, right? So I'm assuming we might have hit double digits on the 10-day run, maybe.
Oh no, that's giving me too much credit. We'll just call it a heater. We'll call it a heater.
What kind of ratio did you hit? Multiple races? Because I'm curious on the D thing quota with the sisters, because that's not something some of them kind of are, and I'm just curious. Would you elaborate? But
I am open to anything, but it was all white girls.
Coach.
Well, this is what I want to know, because I know him. Give me the most exciting non-conventional place, because I know you're very impromptu, and I know you're a spur of the moment type of guy, because I know you like that. So give me the place that was really an impromptu.
We stayed on an RV. I had a nice little bedroom in the RV. We'll just put it that way.
No. I don't think everything was in the RV. I think something was outside of the infield.
Nashville's a crazy place. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Coach's office. Now is the time to tell them that you did coach's office.
No.
No.
Because there's too many cameras in here, Jamie. There's too many cameras in here.
Because
if I caught him in here, I'm putting together a highlight film. I'm gonna break it down, study edit it. Yeah, he gonna have some music. I'm gonna have him edit it himself, and I'm gonna pick the music for it. Play that funky music. That's probably gonna be the song.
Yeah, no, and I would edit it, and you would ask me to post it, and I would. So
yeah.
Listen, Coach. I don't want you to think I'm just forgetting about you. I'm sure I'll be back soon. And right now, I left. You know what I left to do this? Mm-hmm. I was editing Coach Prime. So I'm always in your work.
I was wondering about that. Me and Sam was wondering about how's the editing been going when I'm seeing you everywhere. I'm supposed to get a couple episodes probably about 3 weeks ago, and
hey, I get it's a long All right, so you got to understand, I got about 4 guys helping me out. So when I can step away, I got a whole crew helping out. So it's not just
me. That's all I needed to hear. I just need to hear that.
Dana, this is a big opportunity. I don't want you to blow it. That's all I
That's a good one, Rone. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Come on, but it took me a second.
But Coach Jamie, my question is, so this is something it could be applicable to Dana's situation. When a young man is on a heater, as Dana put it, what's the best way for him to stay humble within himself and make sure that the good energy he's getting isn't something that he spoils and he keeps that good juju?
He needs to stay consistent and true to himself. He needs to have a standard and don't accept anything less than his standard. Like baseball players, when I was in the big league, a lot of guys used to say, "Coach, a hit's a hit." And I say, no, it's not.
Some hits are different than other hits.
What they were saying about hit one off the end of the bat and it lands, it's still a base hit. Or if I hit one in the gap, it's still a base hit. No, it's a different feeling from
I'm going for triples and home runs.
Thank you. Well said.
That's some doubles. We'll mix in some doubles.
That's the way to read between the lines. Yeah.
There's a problem here, though, Coach. And I think that Adam is under the impression that Dana's coming back to something that he's not going back to, because Dion, you coined the phrase a long time ago, fortune or fame, or what was that? How'd that go?
It'll make you more of whom you really are.
So now that he is the king, there's no chance he's going back, Rone. Bro, that ain't happening, man. This is Dana Beers, baby. What
He's got a point.
He's going back, man.
That is true.
He's got a point for him. Didn't you hear what he said? I got 4 dudes working for me back in the shop.
Yep. He has his own crew.
I was busy, Prime, but I came back to see you. I got 4 people back there working. Do you know how busy I am? That's the new Dana, guys.
Yeah.
He can free himself up.
I'm versatile, all right? I can hop in the editing lab. I can hop on camera, whatever you need, I'm there.
People work for you now.
I want you on camera now. That's why I want you on camera. I think you're more of an asset to us on camera now. You're certainly an asset behind the scenes because you have my spirit, you have my feeling, you have my way. Like you see what I see, you know what I know, you know how I talk, you know how I get down. So I do know you still have that now with your stardom. Now you seeing it from my eyes.
Can we test him out, Coach?
Excuse me?
Can we test him out, Coach?
What do you mean? What do you mean, Jamie? What do you mean test him out? The king of BJs? You're trying to test out the king of BJs?
Coach said no. I'm referring to beyond. He's more than that now.
Okay.
The BJ is not who he is. The BJ.
Oh man, I hate myself.
He is. Who he is though now you're on the stage with Logan Paul, Mayweather. All right, Mayweather made $65 million, Dana Beers, on that fight. You know, we've been talking about this. Is it short-lived? Can this last, Mr. Beers? Can I call you Mr. Beers? Is that all right?
You can call me whatever you want.
Can this? Okay, I'm going to put Rone versus Richard Pryor. I don't know. Is that going to last or does this end? What's your thoughts, Mr. Beers?
Listen, I mean, before I even knew Prime, I was kind of doing some of the on-camera stuff. So it's been probably over a year and a half now where I've been trying to get comfortable.
I ain't asked you all that. Let's cut right to it like Coach tell me.
Yeah, of course it's sustainable. I'm a superstar. I got you.
That's what I wanted to hear.
What do you think about, you got to be more than a superstar, you got to be substance now. What do you think about this Floyd Mayweather fighting this, that, and the other? Superstar.
Give us a take. Give us a hot take, Dana.
Oh, you want takes? Oh, I thought it was a snooze fest. I thought it was boring, but that's what Floyd Mayweather does. That's how he wins. And people are saying he tried to throw the fight. I don't think that. I think he's just being Floyd Mayweather, and that's who he is. And he makes money. He can fight anyway. If it's $65 million, he was trying to entertain, but he was also trying to make money. So I don't like the people that are saying he's throwing the fight. I think that's just him. And I was actually very impressed with Logan Paul. I mean, what was it? How many rounds? 8 or 9, 10 rounds? That's impressive for a guy, just a normal dude, to start working out and pick up boxing and literally fight one of the greatest fighters ever and go the distance. I know it wasn't the most entertaining thing, but I mean, that's impressive. And I actually found myself kind of rooting for him, like the underdog. I know he's not the most popular person on the internet.
Coach is giving you the platform. This is your story. It started with Coach Brian, man. That's your story.
First of all, I don't think you guys understand that Dana's a heck of an athlete. I don't think you understand. And I'm willing to venture out because I'm building my brand even farther and taking it to different places. And I want to take it to Rough and Rowdy. You know, I represent Adam Pac-Man Jones is one of my clients, and I think I want Dana Beers as one of my clients as well. And
whoa,
yeah, because you know I'm Prime King. You know, like I'm Prime King, right. And Dana is only a minute around. I don't think too many people want to get in there and deal with Dana Beers.
I'll tell you this, Coach. All right. So I was supposed to fight in Rough and Rowdy around February 2020, and I was training. I had about 10 days of training under my belt. I was getting the hang of it, and I was enjoying it. I was getting in great shape. And then I found out the guy I was supposed to fight, just like the worst person in the world. I didn't want to give him a platform. People kind of gave me some crap for that, but he was like literally the worst person ever. And if I even gave him any shine, that was kind of a loss for me in a way. But I'm down. I want to fight. I've always wanted to fight.
Well, first of all, we want to know who the guy was. You can't lead us to that bridge. And don't tell us.
So I had met a girl, and I had met a girl, and it was her ex-boyfriend, and he was like, kind of like he was a shorter version of me. He had a big beer belly, a gross beard. He was kind of like a scumbag. But
why do you beat him down?
I would have murdered him. Okay, that's the truth. But there's a lot of stuff. You got to go back and look. He was like I don't know if you want to get into the details, but he was kind of, not the greatest boyfriend. I'll put it that way.
Well, you should have beat him down.
I know. I wish I could. But it wouldn't have happened anyways because COVID happened like 2 weeks later. But
well, I mean, we could have did it privately and just not release it when COVID was over.
No, I've always been down to fight. I've always been down to fight. I want to fight. If you find me someone,
I'm representing Dana Beers. I'm just letting everybody at Barstools know Pac-Man Jones and Dana Beers are mine. If you want to talk to them, come through me. Okay.
And Coach, I heard that the Pac-Man Jones. I heard that there's some legs there. I heard we're getting a little bit closer to making it happen.
I talked to Erica about it, and I had to let her know that Pac is like a son to me. He's not just a regular guy off the street that we're bringing into the family. And what we do want is a warm-up fight for Pac. We want a warm-up fight, then we're going to throw him in with the champ at Barstools. We're going to throw him in there. But on that same card, we need to launch the beers.
Now, I will say, Coach Prime, my mother loves you a lot. All right. I show her the text that we've exchanged texts. She loves you. She says, Dana, you need this man in your life every day. He's changing your life for the positive. He's turning into a great man. She's not going to be happy that you want me to fight. I'm going to tell you right now.
But it's not fight, but you're fighting for righteousness.
Whoa.
You're not just fighting to kick butt.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mama Beers is a wonderful woman. You know,
wonderful. She's an angel.
And she's not. First of all, she's not happy with the beers. Let's just get that straight. She's not happy with all that.
She's not.
She'll take the fighting before the beers. Now she don't like the guy that's evolving into this superstar. That's what Mama Beers don't like. But she's going to understand once I talk to her, Mama Beers, about the fighting, because the fighting is going to be for a cause. We're going to make sure Mama Beers has some type of charity or some type of persons. Maybe her girlfriends at the Walmart, the local Walmart that she go with every week. We're going to maybe give something to them, but we're going to make sure Mama Beers come out of there straight so she can rest with it a little bit.
That's my main worry, because she gets work. She doesn't like concussions. She doesn't like getting hit. So if you can convince her.
She don't like sleeping on the patio or she don't like that. She don't like crushing beers on the head. Gagging. Yeah, she don't like none of that. Yeah.
You got a point.
Did you do balcony bed this weekend? I know you were at the strip club this past weekend with the boys.
No. I didn't make it to the strip club. That was a Glenny Balls adventure. I was at home.
Balls.
Oh,
I don't know who you got. Glenny Balls, Tonguetown. Was it Tonguetown Dave?
Tonguetown Bob.
Tonguetown Bob. Where did I get A from? Tonguetown Bob and Dana Beers, man. It's some real characters.
It's a record crew.
Dana, what can you say about Glenny Balls' time? Because he was on the same road trip as you. Is it true that he hurt his neck?
Glenny Balls might have to be Tonguetown Balls. I'll put it that way.
Oh my God! So
he said it. He hurt his neck.
So what you're trying to say is Glenny Balls has been reduced to Tonguetown. So you can't do Glenny Balls like that, man. You gotta let him get paid off. He gotta get the payoff, man. So Glenny Balls hurt his neck. I'll tell you what you need to do for Glenny Balls. If I had one, with Glenny Balls, you gotta put a kickoff tee.
Oh my God! A tee so he can set up.
This is a kickoff tee.
So he can just set up. He can just set up shop.
He can just sit up. Oh my God! We need to just sit it up there.
We need a team for Glenny Balls.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Hey, Jamie, you know my mind is ignorant. You know my mind is sick. Like my mind is very visual. Jamie, I have a bit. Like when I say the stuff, I see it. You need a kickoff tee.
He needs a tee for his neck. For his neck.
That's what
You the one said he hurt his neck.
He hurt his neck. He did.
That's what I tell people when they say, "How's Dion?" He's the best. He inspires me, but he also has the humor of about a fifth grader.
Oh my God, Dana!
You said Glenny Balls hurt his neck. You can't just say Glenny Balls hurt his neck.
I heard. That's just what I heard. He needs to strengthen up a little bit.
You heard Glenny Balls hurt his neck.
I mean, he was walking around like this all week. He couldn't put his neck into one direction.
So Casey was on that bus too, right?
Our boy Marty was there.
Marty was on the bus. Casey was on the bus. Who else is on the bus?
Do you know Spider?
No, I haven't met Spider, I believe.
So I think that's the only other ones you would know. But it was a good time. It was a great crew.
And when is all that content going to be coming out, Dana? Where can we watch that when it finally comes out?
So I'm hearing it's coming out this Sunday, and it's going to be a week of episodes once a night. I think either 5 or 6 episodes.
I got to see
5.
it.
I don't know. It's going to be great. I mean, Dion, you know, you might be disappointed in some of my actions.
I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm going to be proud too. I'm going to be proud and disappointed at the same time. Like, yay!
Let's just say the 6 ball story you've told, something similar might have happened.
Oh.
What?
Man.
What's the story? What's the story?
It's a good one. That was something that me and my sons used to do when we got home every day from anywhere.
Oh, man. Yeah. We're going to have to watch it. What's the name of the series, Dana? What's the name of it so people can search it?
Barstool vs. America comes out this Sunday. It will be on Barstool. It'll be on YouTube. And it'll be all over social media. We'll be live tweeting it. So be on the lookout for sure.
His Instagram is going to blow up. His social media is going crazy. It's going to go crazy. We're going to have to get security.
But I need you to know. I need you to genuinely know. I haven't changed. I'm the same guy for my whole life.
It's impossible. It's impossible not to change.
Physically, I've changed a little bit. Maybe I've added on a few pounds.
Yeah,
as a human being, in my heart, nothing's changed.
In your heart, I believe that. But
it's a fact.
You got to understand your access has changed. You can access more now. So things change when you have access.
Julian Edelman did follow me on Instagram the other day, and I'm like a diehard Patriots fan, so that felt pretty cool.
That's my man. That's a good man.
It's a good man.
Jamie, you think he's changed, Jamie?
Yeah, but it could be changed for the better because it's all about the heart, coach, right?
Yeah.
You always talk about that, you know. So, you know, he got freak in him now, of course, and it's going to get worse.
Most definitely.
It's going to be on and popping for a while, but then you come back. You know, we all lost our mind, right? You know, we got Magic City stories one way or another that, you know, we ain't necessarily proud of, some, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But we ultimately made it back. The most important thing, though, you got to make it back.
I'm back, baby.
Go out there, you got to make it. Don't get lost out there. That's what Coach is saying. Don't get lost out there.
Yeah.
I'm back. Can I just get, Dion, can I just get a quick Dana Beers is back?
Dana Beers is back.
Wow. Love it, Dana.
Right,
bro,
boys.
thank you. Thank you for coming on, brother. Appreciate it.
Good man. That's a good man right there. That's a good man right there.
I love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Happy for you, man. Keep doing it, man. Don't go back. Go forward.
Well, hey, I got you guys. I appreciate it.
That is the guy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, coach. Okay, so you watched that Sixers game, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, what were you thinking the whole time when you was watching that Sixers game and looking at what was happening and the circumstances?
How can the Hawks be here? Like, if the Hawks are here on the road, they're going to win. That's what I was thinking. Like, if the Hawks are in this game on the road, they're going to win.
How can a team who fired their coach? Nate McMillan's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. But how does that happen? How does that happen?
It happens because guys start to really search themselves. And there's always a coach, an assistant coach that got it, but he doesn't have the title, but he's the guy.
Did you say
he's
coach?
the guy? Excuse me?
Coach? Is that what you said, coach? Assistant coach or head coach? What'd you say?
No. Just say in basketball, the head coach is here. Now, oftentimes there's an assistant coach that got it. That probably should be the head. Excuse me?
One of the head coaches did a great job.
I don't understand.
One of the head coaches in the Sixers and the Hawks series did a great job.
You're saying Doc Rivers? You're trying to trash Doc Rivers now.
That's what he's doing. I'm playing like I don't know what he's doing, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I knew he was.
Let me tell you something.
How did that happen?
Nate McMillan has the experience, and guys gravitate to him. I feel like those guys just reached down within themselves, and he pushed a couple buttons, changed up the offense a little bit, rotation a little bit, and got the best out of it. Now, on the other side, the Sixers have a real problem on their hands with Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
I feel bad. I'm a Ben Simmons guy. I really thought Ben Simmons remind me of Lamar Odom. Like, he has that kind of feel to him, that kind of game to him. And Lamar Odom was that dude. Now, don't get me wrong.
He's playing.
Yeah. I'm not talking about Lamar off the court stuff. Most of this generation, but I'm talking about Lamar Odom that we knew in Miami and with the Lakers. Like Lamar Odom had franchises on his back.
Ben ain't showing up. Lamar showed up. He ain't showing up.
Ben was showing up throughout the season. Now, when you get to the playoffs, things intensify. Coaching is better at another level. The teams are better. The structure, the coordination, the organization, the game planning is better. And they just found that weakness and they did the nay with it. Wrong.
It was terrible. I'm a Sixers fan, so this meant a lot to me. Obviously, I love Ben Simmons, but I'm trying to figure out now, did I love Ben Simmons because he was playing in Philadelphia and I'm supposed to be a fan of him, or did I love him because he was great at basketball? And I really thought it was because he was great at basketball, but then there were some statistics that shook me to my core. I saw that throughout the entire series, and this series went to 7 games, he had 3 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter for the entire series, over 7 games. This man refused to shoot the ball in the fourth quarter, and that shows that he was scared. We could put a lot of fancy basketball terminology around it, but this man, when it was the most important to him and his team, was scared to even shoot the ball. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He missed 100% of the shots. It was a shame. It's depressing. It's sad. I feel bad for him, but I feel bad for myself for having to watch it and for tricking myself into believing that he is different than what he is.
Jamie, Ben Simmons has to go. Not that he's not a good player, not that he can't develop into being a great player, but the way he can be a great player. He's a good player now. He can be great if he developed the mid-range. Now, Philly fans, the way they are, as ignorant as they could be at times, they ain't having it, Jamie. His teammates, you've lost credibility. You've lost respect. You've lost the trust of your teammates. The one time when he went to the cup and he was right there, Jamie, and he dished it, you were right there. Shoot. You're 6'100". Shoot. It's hard to bounce back from there. And they would never forget that moment. So therefore, I'm saying he has to move on and start over. And he has to go to another place that has a couple players that can carry the load when he's an accessory. And he could develop his game without a lot of lights on him and a lot of fanfare on him. That's what needs to happen with Ben Simmons.
Is there a scenario that you think is best for him? Is there you think it's a smaller market? Do you think it's like Orlando or something like that?
No, it doesn't have to be a smaller market. It just has to be an opportunity where he does not have to carry the groceries. He don't have to do that. Somebody else is that guy. He's facilitating that. We're not expecting him to take the shot at the end. We're not expecting him to do the unthinkable. We're expecting you to run the offense, develop your mid-range, give us some good minutes defensively, and be that guy that can drop from 12 to 18, 12 to 20 points a night and give us 6, 7 rebounds. We good.
And he had 13 assists, like he is dishing the ball, but no one's even asking him to take the last shot. They're asking him to take a shot, any shot. When you're right next to the basket, take the shot that's right there. Don't be scared. And I'm wondering if it's a psychological issue about him, or is it about the city where he's playing, his situation?
It's psychological. It's clearly psychological because we've had this conversation for 5 years running. 5 years running about shooting and it's and he dropped some dimes this year. But why not shoot? So if it's in your ears that bad, you're afraid in the fourth quarter, because the numbers don't lie. He is afraid to be the guy that don't make the shot. There's a lot of people that don't make the shot.
What's happening in Philly Isn't this the second time, Rone? You're better than Jamie and I with regurgitating these names. Is it Marquez Fultz? Was that the other guy? Wasn't it another guy they drafted that just got there and just couldn't shoot anymore? What is there a club in Philly? Gilly, Wallow, is there a club? And what is going on in Philly? Is there somewhere you go where you lose your game? Is there somewhere you go where you lose your shot? Is there somewhere you go in Philly where you just lose your confidence? Gilly, Wallow, please let me know so none of my players from JSU will ever visit that place, because you've got two highly drafted basketball players that I don't know what happened once they got to Philly. What happened? What happens there, guys?
It's crazy. They backslided. Both of them regressed. Even Ben Simmons, as a rookie, was averaging more points than he is averaging this season when he was fresh out of LSU and didn't know anything about anything. Ben Simmons, his free throws were abhorrent. He's shooting like 30-something%, and the same thing happened to Markelle Fultz. And I don't know if it's just the expectations of the town, how much the fans are right on top of you everywhere you go, where you have these built up feelings around you that you have to succeed. And maybe it's too much for people. Maybe he just wanted to get to the league to make a little bit of money. And now he's realizing that these people really care and bleed for this. Or maybe I can't figure it out, because it feels like Carson Wentz a little bit too. Carson Wentz was looking good and he's kind of slid back. Maybe he's going to the same club.
It's someplace in Philly that we got to stop people from going, because these guys were once really good. Now they're a suspect. Where is Gilly Wallow? Call me, man. Let me know. Let me know so I can post it all around the school. We ain't going there. Matter of fact, we ain't even accepting a game in Philly. I don't even know if they have a college there. We're not going, because it don't make no sense. What happened when you lose your confidence, your swagger? That's why we got to appreciate AI. Give the man his darn roses, man. We got to appreciate AI. AI never had those troubles, never had nothing of the sort. Matter of fact, we told AI to stop shooting.
He should get you about 15 right now, too.
Right. Hey, AI go for 20 right now. Off the rip.
Because he was playing at the same time as Lou Williams, and Lou Williams was putting up points in this series. AI was the original. I mean, it's just sad to see. It was devastating to see. It didn't make me feel good. It made me want to go to sleep forever. But when it was time to wake up, I knew who I was going to, and that was my friends at Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle, some of the best coffee that you'll get. They have every type.
Had some this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Veteran-owned coffee company, premium coffee. They love American, veteran based. They support veterans, special forces, and it's high-quality coffee. I wouldn't just talk about it unless the coffee was good. High-quality beans from all over the world. They roast for 5 days a week. It's fantastic, top-notch coffee. And the best way to enjoy it is by joining the coffee club. You pick your perfect roast, how much you want, and they'll deliver it right to your door. And listeners to this show can get the freshest coffee shipped to them. Just go to blackriflecoffee.com/prime. blackriflecoffee.com/prime.
Coach, that's going to do it for this edition of 21st and Prime. And is there any other things you're upset about to let the people know before you go? Because you've been on a roll.
No, I just know I ain't even stopping in Philly on a connecting flight.
Is that bad? Come on, man.
Is that bad? Come on, man. 2 premier basketball players.
First overall picks. They were both top picks.
God, you got to be kidding me.
It's a tough place to play.
Got it right with Embiid. How about that? Them other 15 first-round picks they had from all that stuff they did, they missed on all the rest of them. But at least they got 1 out of 15. That ain't bad.
And Doc told me to tell you, hey, Jamie.
Well, he wasn't drafted by them, though. I'm talking about the guys that had all – remember they did all that losing? And they got
Okafor, Nerlens Noel, all
had
these
15
guys.
first-round picks in the last 9 years, at least.
Yeah, Doc Rivers said, hey, Jamie, he just called.
I love Doc Rivers.
No, you don't.
The point is Doc Rivers got to do as a point guard what you're saying. He got to get rid of dude. To keep the team, he got to get rid of the dude.
Who? Get rid of who? Doc?
Doc has to get rid. To your point, you're right.
Oh, I thought you were saying get rid of Doc like you said last year.
The team.
I thought you were saying get rid of Doc like you said last year.
Oh, I did. See that? You're wrong for that. I just asked the question, Ron. I just asked the question that was posed to me, and I didn't have an answer. Sometimes when you don't have an answer, Ron, what do you say?
You got to ask. You got to ask the question.
I think Doc clearly turned it around and put him back into that regular season shape that he's accustomed to. And now it's time to go to that next level.
The regular season shape that he's accustomed to. Wow.
What?
It's a shame, man. It's a shame.
No, this that'll do it. That'll do it for this episode. I'll see y'all later. Doc, let me call Doc and tell Doc I ain't got nothing to do with this. Doc,
call Doc.
Let me do that. Check you his cell, Doc.
What?